Hi, yogis, and welcome to this powerful yoga sequence where we will focus on building strength, stamina, and endurance. This class is designed to push us to our limits, both physically and mentally. But I encourage you to be conscious of your body, really tune in, push yourself to your edge while never pushing past it. So, we're going to get started by coming into a child's pose. Just spread your knees wide to the edges of your mat. Walk your hands out as far as you can in front of you. Rest your forehead on the mat. And let's begin by creating some awareness of our body by taking a deep, full breath in through the nose and open your mouth. Exhale to let it go. 2 more times, just like that. Breathe in, feel the sides of the rib cage elongate and expand. Exhale, breathe out, feel the contraction. One more time, full breath in and full breath out. Let's close the lips now, coming into an ujjayi breath. Just feel that you're coating the back of the throat with this whisper-like sound of the breath, coming in and out through the nostrils. And let's try to maintain this ujjayi breath throughout our practice, whether we're in a posture that we're holding or we're flowing. Just stay with that rhythm of your breath. On your next inhale, rise up to your hands and your knees, and we'll step back into a plank pose. Align the shoulders directly over the wrist, fingers face forward. Feel that the crown of your head extends forward as your heels are magnetizing toward the back of your mat. Lift your belly button up towards the back of your spine, and let's hold and breathe. In and out through the nose. Solid, stable breath. Feel the stability of your posture as you stay here and breathe. And from here, we're going to come into a side plank. So the left hand is our foundation. Right arm sweeps up to the sky. If it's comfortable for your neck, you can allow the gaze to follow those right fingertips all the way up to the heavens. And just feel that you're pushing the outside edge of that left foot into the mat as much as you can, lifting up through the right side body. Feel the core engage. And if you'd like, you can reach down and clasp that foot, reaching the heel up toward the sky. Keep the belly pulled in here, and then we'll just come forward into a crescent lunge. Arms sweep high overhead. And think of situating your rib cage over the hips. Tuck your tailbone so you would like a nice straight line from hips through the rib cage, up through the shoulders, and all the way out through the fingertips. Motivate your fingers toward the sky. Back of that left heel reaches toward the back of the mat. Right knee magnetizing toward the center line of your mat. And notice your breath. Don't be surprised if the muscles get a little shaky here. Shaking is good. That's the price of building strength. Let's lower the hands behind us, reach around, interlace your fingers, and just broaden through the shoulders. As we fold forward into a humble warrior, we'll flatten that left foot and just hinge forward, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Hands reach toward the sky, shoulders open, but no tension in the neck. Just let the neck be loose and soft here. In every pose, find your points of strength and find the points of surrender. There is always an element of each. And then breathe. On your inhale, rise back up. Release the hands, sweep them overhead, and let's open to a warrior two. You might need to open the feet a little bit more here. Right toes face the front of your mat. Left toes face the long edge of your mat. Arms extended directly from the shoulders. Lots of strength reaching all the way through the fingertips. So mindful awareness into all the parts of your body from fingertips to toes. Right knee is stacked directly on top of the right ankle. And then you can allow the gaze to penetrate out over the right fingertips. Let the gaze rest on your middle finger. Focus. Find a dristi, a focal point. And from here, we'll extend that side angle by dropping the right hand down towards the mat. Left arm sweeps up and overhead. We'll take a few arm circles here, just reaching the left arm forward and sweeping it around. And then let's reverse the direction of those circles. Taking a few in the other direction. All the while, little to no weight in that right hand. So maybe even floating it up off of the earth. And then we'll stay in this extended side angle, just reaching through the left fingertips, right hand reaching down toward the mat. Come back through your warrior two. Keep the hips exactly as they are as you reverse that warrior. Left hand rests on the left leg. Right arm up and over. Feel the arch of the right rib cage and then breathe into that space. With each inhale, see if you can feel the expansion between the ribs. And we'll come back through our warrior two, straighten the right leg. And let's heel toe the left foot in, an inch or two. We'll come into a triangle pose. Dropping the right hand, extending the left arm. Think of a straight line from the right hand up through the shoulders and all the way out through the left fingertips. Let your gaze follow the left hand. Stay here and breathe. Pull the core in tight to your belly. Here, let's lower the gaze and lift the gaze back up, just creating some awareness in the neck. Making sure that we don't tense up in the neck as we hold this posture. And then we'll lower the left hand, one hand on each side of that right foot, and then inhale, sweeps the right arm up to the sky. Easy twist. Well, it might not feel so easy. That's okay. Let it be exactly what it is. Stay here and breathe. And now let's lower the right hand down to the inside of that right leg, and we'll spin around to the left ankle. Drop down into Skandasana. So right toes face the sky, left knee is bent, and think of tucking the tailbone, lifting through your heart. Hands can rest at your heart center or rest on the mat in front of you. Stay here and breathe. Feel the inside of that right leg opening as you stay in this pose, building mental strength, building physical strength. And from here, we'll spin around to the back side of our mat, coming into a pyramid pose. Left leg is straight, and right leg behind you. Toes are angled at a 45-degree angle. Let's fold forward over that left leg. Stay here. Enjoy this pose. Enjoy the sensation of stretch. more deep, full breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Staying with your ujjayi breath, keeping the lips sealed through our practice. On your inhale, lengthen through the spine. And as you exhale, let's walk ourselves back through center, coming into a prasarita, forward fold. Clasp the outsides of the ankles. Allow the crown of the head to magnetize toward the earth. See if you can calm the breath. Slow the heart rate before we move into our second side. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. And on your next inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Let's come into our standing splits. Right leg is the foundation. Left leg reaches up toward the sky. Think of dropping the crown of the head down towards that right foot. Little to no weight in those hands. They're just there for balance and stability, not putting any pressure into the hands. On your inhale, step the left foot back, step the right foot back, coming back into our plank pose. Let's hold here. Pull the belly in tight to the spine, crown of the head forward, keeping the integrity of the pose. Allow the breath to fuel your postures. Deep, full breath, especially when the poses become tricky. From here, let's lower down to the elbows. Keep the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. You can interlace the hands if you prefer that version, or palms can rest directly on the mat. Either way, we're lifting up through the core, so we're not getting saggy in the low back. We'll come on back up to the palms, coming into our side plank. This time, right hand is the foundation, left arm sweeps up to the sky. And let's allow the gaze to follow the left fingertips. One straight line of energy from the right fingertips through both shoulders and all the way up through those left fingertips, reaching, extending, opening through the chest. And if you'd like, you can reach down, clasping that big toe of the left foot. And then we'll just sweep that foot forward, coming into a crescent lunge. Inhale, arms reach high. Settle the hips. And then shoulders align directly over the hips, fingertips plugging into the clouds above. Fuel your posture with breath. Notice that your left knee is directly on top of the left ankle. Staying with the energy of the breath, release the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. On your inhale, broaden through the shoulders. And as you exhale, we'll fold into our humble warrior. And as you fold, flatten the edge of that right foot onto the mat. So again, noticing where you're building strength and where you can surrender. So power in the left quadricep, power in the shoulders as they broaden and open, but surrender in the neck, so really heavy through the head. On your inhale, Let's rise back up, sweep the arms overhead, and we'll open to our warrior two. Gaze is out over the left fingertips, left knee still aligned over the left ankle. Pressing energy through the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Strong through your arms, strong through the legs. Surrender through the breath. As you exhale, let's move into extended side angle, sweeping the right arm overhead and taking a few circles with that arm, opening up through the shoulder. And then we'll reverse the direction of those circles. Big opening through the shoulder, little to no weight in that left hand. And then we'll pause in our extended side angle, finding strength through the legs. Engage your belly as you rise up and reverse the warrior. Left arm sweeps up and overhead. Big opening through the left side body. Stay committed to your lunge. And then on your next breath, we will straighten that leg. Come into our triangle pose. You might need to heel toe that back foot in an inch or two. And remembering here that there's very little weight in your bottom hand. So just there for support and stability. Let your gaze lift towards the sky. Think of staying light in the upper body, strong in the lower body. And as you exhale, lower that right hand, and we'll take an easy twist. Left arm sweeps up to the sky. Let your gaze follow the left fingertips. In every pose, locking your eyes into one point of contact so that the mind stays focused. When the eyes are darting all over the place, the mind tends to follow and be very restless. But if you can lock the eyes in, the mind will settle. So use your practice for your body as well as for your mind. Let's lower the left hand and we'll come into our Skandasana, bending through the left knee. Hands are at heart center, right toes magnetizing towards the sky. And think of pulling the shoulders back to broaden through the chest. If you find that balance is a little tricky here, you can rest the fingertips on the earth. And then just stay and breathe. Let's lower the hands now. Coming through center, parallel the feet. Inhale. And on your exhale, walk to the back of your mat. Let's do a forward fold, a pyramid over that right foot. So left toes angle at a 45-degree angle, crown of the head, reaching toward the earth. So getting long through all of the vertebrae, creating space between each disc in your spine, never compressing, always opening. Even think of the heart as having a little hint of a back bend here. So the heart is opening up towards that shin. On your inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, walk back through center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale for our Prasarita, forward fold. clasping the ankles, or this time if you'd like to reach around behind you and interlace the fingers, you can reach the arms overhead. Just think of being open through the shoulders here. You might find that as you rest in this posture, you can drop the hands back towards the earth just a little bit more. I actually had a teacher once who could drop his hands all the way down to the earth, so that's a goal. Maybe not one for this lifetime. On your inhale, let's lengthen through the spine, walk back to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen, and we'll come into our standing splits. This time, left leg is the foundation, right leg reaches high. Little weight in those hands, just use those for balance. You might even play with lightening the weight that's pressing into the hands. Maybe one day the hands come completely off of the earth. On your next breath out, let's step back into a downward facing dog, just floating through here with a nice deep full breath. Inhale through the nose. This time, open your mouth, exhale, release some of that heat. And again, inhale, and big open mouth, exhale. Let it go. On your inhale, we'll drop down to the knees. Let's take a child's pose, so well deserved. In this child's pose, if you'd like to bend the elbows and bring the hands into prayer pose behind the head, you can get a nice stretch through the triceps here. Just allow the heart rate to settle. Come back to that ujjayi breath. And then we'll extend the hands. Begin to walk your way forward. And from here, let's come on to our sit bones. We'll bring the soles of the feet to touch. Knees can open wide. And for this variation, just pull the heels in close to your body. Keep the spine long all the way through the crown of the head and hinge forward as much as you can with a straight spine first. See how far you can go with that spine nice and elongated. Stay there for a breath or two. When you feel ready, if you'd like, you can round into the posture. Opening up through the hips feels so nice after all of those lunges. So just bring all of your awareness down into the hips. Just feel all of that great sensation there. As you inhale, we'll rise up. And this time, extend the arms in front of you as you slowly make your way into our core pose. We thought we were going down, not yet. So knees can be bent here, arms extended, or you can straighten out through the legs. Just engage the belly, and now come all the way down to the mat. You can rock yourself side to side, massaging out through your spine. Let's keep that right knee hugged in and extend the left leg long, just coming into a simple twist. Draw that right knee over to the left side of your mat as you gaze out over the right shoulder. Wringing out any compression that might have accumulated in your spine from today's practice or before today's practice. Just let it all go here. On your inhale, come back to center. Draw both knees into your chest. This time, right leg extends long. Left knee crosses over to the right side of your mat as you gaze to the left. Final breath here. And then let's slowly make our way back to center, drawing both knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze, and then we'll extend the legs straight up to the sky. And feel free to stay right here. Just reversing that flow of gravity can feel so wonderful. If you'd like, you can move into a shoulder stand. So just rock up onto the shoulders, place the hands on the low back, and extend the legs up towards the sky. And never turn your head in this pose. Just keep your gaze fixed up towards the feet. The ideal is to have the hips over the shoulders, just depending on what's happening in your neck. That may or may not be possible. So hands can be anywhere on that low back. And then when you're ready, drop the feet back, coming into a plow pose. If the feet touch the earth, you can interlace the hands and extend those down onto your mat. Bringing out any tension from the spine, just letting it all go here. And then as you're ready, you can slowly roll your way down onto the mat if you're in that plow pose. And then we'll all hug the knees in tight. Let's extend the feet onto the mat, legs straighten. Coming into our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Just feel all of the sensations in your body, the vitality that you've created through your practice. Take the time to feel and appreciate the gift of having this wonderful body that serves you in so many capacities. So for just the next minute or two, rest here. I'll let you know when it's time to come back. Begin to deepen your breath, slowly reintroducing some movement back into your body. Bend your knees into your chest, and then gently roll yourself to your right or left side. Take a moment here, pause, Set an intention for the rest of your day or evening. Maybe the intention is just to be present wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And then rise up to a seat, coming into a cross-legged position. Let's take a deep breath in as we draw the hands to the heart. Hands now come to the center of the forehead. May our thoughts be kind. Drop the hands toward the lips. May our words be loving. And now hands to the heart. May our intentions be pure. Thank you so much for practicing with me today in this powerful yoga practice. May it support you through the rest of your day. Namaste.